Bob Dylan's back with the biggest surprise of all. He's learned to sing real good and real high class. He's singing opera, that's right. It's Bob Dylan at the Met.
Hear Bobby singing Oreos from Scorsese, Coppola, B-Day, all in Barbarian and German. It's just like the 60s. You can't understand a word Bob is singing, and that's when he's at his best.
It's a beautiful album with pictures of Bob wearing a turban, a cowboy hat, a yarmulke, and a crown of thorns. And who's that singing the love duet with him from Car Wash?
Joan Baez?
Jim Neighbors.
So if you're a Dylan fan,
And who wasn't?
here's one record you won't have to take to church and smash with a hammer.
Available at Krapp's Last Tapes, The Cutout Circus, and all 93 Shoplifters Markets.
It's Bob Dylan
At the Met.
Good afternoon, VC. This is Robert with Block's Sonic Wafers, and I am putting together my entry for yet another contest. This time it's the Flipside Vinyl Community with JC, and he's asking us to show an album from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and to give a shout out to another channel. So I'm going to give a shout out to Glenn in South Texas. Glenn has a great channel going down there and needs some more traffic. I see he's got 84 subs, and I think I've got 36, so I'm getting close to 3 dozen. So Glenn and I could both use some traffic and some subs, as the Flipside Vinyl Community with JC as well could. So if you could, please hop on over to any and all of these channels and give us a little thumbs up and a subscription. And with that, I will get started into the contest. The first album I'm going to show from the 70s is from 1970, and that is Jethro Tobe, live at Carnegie Hall. 1970. It is a double LP. Some great photos in the gatefold. And there is the back. My original thought was to show stand-up. Rachel showed Benefit, which was my first thought. But stand-up was actually recorded in 1969. Now this particular edition, deluxe edition of stand-up, has a second disc in it. And the second disc in this one is the Carnegie Hall concert from 1970, mixed in 5.1. It also has an interview. I was looking to see if that was mixed by Steven Wilson. I'm thinking it was. Okay, I am not sure on that, but anyway, it was mixed for 5.1 and is in this deluxe set. I do have the stand-up book set, but there's nothing in it that wasn't 1969. Okay, from there we need to show something from 1980. Little diversity. Now we're going with Jethro Tull, Rock Island. This is a promo. It's gold stamped. It's also on the label. Interesting story about this album. If you can't tell, I am a Jethro Tull fan. But when I got this record, there's something about the production, the overall sound. It's just kind of muddy to me, and I just couldn't get this record. So I put it away, and I kept returning to it for quite a few years. And then one day I said, I'm going to give this album another shot. And it grabbed me from start to finish. It's funny how that works. But now it's definitely up there in my favorites of the Tobe collection. And it was out in 1989. So it just barely made it. I had a lot going on in 1989 myself. From the 90s. Surprise, surprise. It's Jethro Tobe. This is their album Catfish Rising. It's not a favorite among a lot of Tobe fans, but I'm a big fan of this record. It's got some really diverse and great songs on it. It's kind of with Ian's newer voice. It's got a quirky little song called Thinking Round Corners on here that I really enjoy. This Is Not Love was the single. Occasional Demons, Rocks on the Road, Still Loving You Tonight, Doctor to My Disease, Like a Tall Thin Girl, Sparrow on a Schoolyard Wall, Roll Your Own, Gold Tipped Boots, Black Jacket and Tie. And then it's got a second LP in here with 3 additional tracks because they couldn't fit them on one. When Jesus Came to Play, Sleeping with the Dog, and White Innocence. I love the artwork. That's in abalone. Great record. So that's my 70s, 80s, and 90s. This came out in 1991. Not that far away from Rock Island, but it fits the category. And for the moment, I want to mention the passing of Gary Brooker. I have this on vinyl, but it's not handy at the moment. I do not have this on vinyl as of yet. But rest in peace, Gary Brooker. Always enjoyed Procol Harum. Enjoyed his work on the George Harrison tribute show. And anything he's done. If you've not seen the video on YouTube of Procol Harum doing Whiter Shade of Pale live in Denmark, go check it out. It's with a full orchestra. Gary's voice hasn't lost a thing, and it's just an amazing performance. So once again, rest in peace, Gary Brooker. And once again, go check out Glenn in South Texas. The Flipside vinyl community with JC. Sub up. Enjoy your day. Go spin a good record. And we'll see you soon.